a nice little chest. It was brought over from Italy. We're calling it a server because that's how it's used. The wood kind of looks like ash to me. Basically, it's in pretty good shape, but the top is messed up. The top needs to be refinished. It also has a big crack down the center, and the top was originally nailed down and not allowing it to move, so it cracked. I've got to take the top off, re-glue it, and I'm going to reattach it in a manner that will allow it to expand and contract with the seasons. The top has really been scarred up. I don't know if it's from a previous refinishing job or what, but some of the marks look like belt sanding marks, some just like scrapes and gouges. Okay, so I took the shelf out, and now I'm going to see if I can tap that top up enough to loosen it. The top's all re-glued, ready to reattach to the case. I'm not going to nail it back down like it was originally. What I'm going to do is I've milled up some boards, which I will screw down to this kicker that's here. 2 boards. But before I do that, I'm going to make some slots in 4 different places on each board through which I can screw the top down. And those slots will allow the top to expand and contract as needed. Okay, now I've got to sand this top, and first I've got to fill in all these nail holes and a big knot and some other defects. Okay, now I've got to scrape and sand this top a little bit more than I normally like to, but the top is tremendously scarred and stained, and plus I've got a little bit of a ridge here from when I glued these boards together. So now the top's all sanded and ready to stain, but my next step is going to be to reattach it to the case using my cleats that I put in. I'm going to use a pan head screw with a washer, and that way it will be able to move with those slots that I put in my cleat. I'm going to stain this top, but first I'm going to stain my epoxy putty, try to get it close to the color of the wood in the top. And I'm just using a kind of a standard oil-based dark walnut stain. Now I'm going to apply my first coat of tung oil. Okay, now I'm going to apply a second coat of tung oil, And this time, after I brush it on, I'm going to wet sand it with 600 grit wet and dry paper. Okay, I've got 3 coats of tung oil on this top. Next step, I'm going to go over it just lightly with some dry 4/0 steel wool. And I'm not applying a lot of pressure, just lightly. I'm trying to smooth it out, get rid of some of the shiny spots. And so now I'm going to apply some tinted wax. Alright, now I'm just going to go over the case with my beeswax polish. If you remember, the top was in really bad shape. It was stained, it was warped, and had a major crack down the middle. I re-glued it. I reattached it with cleats and screws that can move, and then I refinished it. My goal was to refinish this top and not have it look like it's been refinished, and I think I achieved that. I think it looks pretty good.